You are doing everything right. You are grinding. You are hustling. You are pushing your body and your mind to the absolute limit. And yet you are exhausted, not just need a nap exhausted, soul deep exhausted. We live in a culture that worships the self-made man. We are told that if you just wake up earlier, work harder, and optimize your routine, you can conquer the world. But thousands of years ago, an ancient text predicted exactly where that road leads. It leads to a crash. There is a verse in the book of Isaiah that stops you cold. Even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall utterly fall. Wait a minute. Youths? Young men? These are the people at the peak of human performance. They have the hormones, the muscle mass, the ambition. They are the ones who are supposed to be unbreakable. And yet the prophet Isaiah guarantees that they will not just stumble, they will utterly fall. This isn't a threat. It is a diagnosis. It is the Bible telling you that human horsepower has a limit. And if you are trying to run your life on your own battery, you are going to hit a wall. But here is the secret. That wall is not the end. It is a door. The collapse of your own strength is actually the prerequisite for accessing a power source that is alien to this world. Today, we are going to unpack the enigma of Isaiah 40:30. We are going to look at the Hebrew definition of waiting and discover how to trade your finite, burnout-prone energy for infinite, divine power. First, let's look at the problem. Why do the young men fall? The Hebrew word for young men used here is bachurim. This doesn't just mean teenagers, it means the chosen ones, the elite, the Navy SEALs of the ancient world. These are the people you would bet on. And the text says they will ya'af and yaga. These words describe a total depletion of resources. It's the feeling of a marathon runner whose legs simply stop working. Isaiah is stripping away the illusion of self-sufficiency. He is writing to a people in exile, people who have lost their homes, their status, and their pride. He is telling them, your best effort is not enough. Your natural talent will run dry. This feels depressing, doesn't it? It sounds like bad news. But it is actually the most liberating truth you will ever hear. Because as long as you think you are strong enough to handle life on your own, you will never ask for the upgrade. You will keep running on the AA battery of human willpower, unaware that you are standing next to a nuclear reactor. The failure of your strength is the gateway to God's strength. This is the divine paradox. You see it in the life of the Apostle Paul. Here is a man of immense intellect and drive, but he is given a thorn in the flesh, a weakness he cannot fix. He begs God to take it away. He wants to be strong again, and God says, no. God says, my power is made perfect in weakness. Do you catch that? God's power doesn't just help weakness. It reaches its peak performance inside of weakness. Paul realizes the secret. He says, when I am weak, then I am strong. He realized that his personal burnout was the moment God clocked in. So how do we make the switch? How do we go from utterly falling to soaring on wings like eagles? The answer is in the very next verse, Isaiah 40:31. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. The key word is wait. And this is where we get it wrong. We think waiting means sitting in a doctor's office, reading a magazine, doing nothing. But the Hebrew word is kava. Kava does not mean passively sit. It comes from a root word that means to bind together, like twisting strands of rope. To wait on the Lord means to braid your life into His. It is an active, desperate entanglement. It is saying, God, my thread is too thin. It's snapping. I am winding myself around you. It is the act of connecting your limited circuit to His infinite grid. And when you do that, when you kava, the text says you will renew your strength. The Hebrew word for renew is chalaf. It literally means to exchange. You aren't getting a recharge. You aren't getting a nap. You are trading your weakness for His power. You hand Him your exhaustion. He hands you His omnipotence. It is a trans-dimensional swap. And look at the result. The text gives us 3 stages of this new energy. First, they shall mount up with wings like eagles. This is the crisis energy. When the storm hits, you don't flap harder, you catch the thermal current. You rise above the problem without burning your own calories. Second, they shall run and not be weary. This is the momentum energy, the ability to handle the busy seasons, the sprints, the deadlines, without cracking under the pressure. Third, and most importantly, they shall walk and not faint. This is the endurance energy. Soaring is cool, running is exciting, but walking? Walking is the daily grind. Walking is doing the dishes, raising the kids, showing up to the job you hate. This promise says that God will give you the power to be consistent in the mundane. So if you are watching this and you feel like you have utterly fallen, stop trying to stand up on your own. You have reached the end of your battery. Good. That means you are ready for the exchange. Stop grinding. Start braiding. Tie your anxiety to His peace. Tie your confusion to His wisdom. Tie your exhaustion to His power. The world says, stay strong. The Bible says, admit you are weak so you can become invincible. I want to know, have you ever hit that wall? Have you ever felt the exchange happen, where you suddenly had strength that didn't belong to you? Tell me your story in the comments. Your testimony might be the lifeline someone else needs to grab onto today.